Spartans! My name is Chrisalyn Almonte.
My name is Mika Borja.
And welcome back to K22SR. Welcome back, Spartans. We are now finally back to school after a long break. I certainly had a lot of fun during the break. I was spending time with my family during the whole break and went to Japan. How was your break, Mika?
Well, it was okay for me. I went to Rosaries for my family and watched different shows most of the time. I also relaxed, which was nice for me.
That's great to hear, Mika. I hope you viewers also spent the break resting, spending time with family, having fun, and most importantly, going to church.
That's right. That break wasn't any other ordinary break, but Holy Week. During Holy Week, we and every Christian around the world recall the events of Jesus' passion, death, and resurrection. It starts on Palm Sunday and ends on Easter Sunday, which marks the beginning of Easter.
Good Friday was when Jesus was crucified and died on the cross. Just last Sunday, the Lord resurrected and triumphed over sin. It was definitely a special day for all of us. The other day, our very own Michaela Ramos joined the DYA oratorical contest with the theme, The Power of Resiliency.
That's right. On April 11 at the Guam Congress Building, Mikey and other middle school students from private and public schools came together to give inspiring messages about resiliency.
What's resiliency?
Well, it's the capacity to withstand or to recover quickly from difficulties.
Wow, that's awesome. By the way, here's a short clip of Mikey Ramos from that night.
If you were born with the weakness to fall, you were born with the strength to rise. This is a quote from the book Milk and Honey, written by my favorite poet, Rupi Kaur. A rubber band, a simple representation of resilience, was made not only with the weakness to be stretched, but also with the strength to return to its unbothered form. I have rubber bands on my teeth.
Oh, I just remembered that before we had our break on March 29th and 30th, we had our
spring play production called Due Date.
Our A classes performed on the 29th and the B classes performed on the 30th.
It was long overdue since this play was supposed to be in production during 2020, but the pandemic hit and we had to go in full lockdown. Fortunately, we are able to have our play since we are at the tail of the pandemic and back to normal, and it was a huge success.
It really was. Everyone put out amazing performances. The cast did an astonishing job on their acting and bringing the story and characters alive. The company dancers did stunningly on working really hard on perfecting the choreography and absolutely nailed it. The production crew did amazing jobs backstage of setting up, putting away props, and the lights and sounds. The honor choir sang so beautifully, adding on to the play with beloved songs. And of course, the classes did an amazing job on their performances. Everyone worked really hard and gave it their all during those last 2 nights. Here are some pictures of the 2 nights' performances.
None of this would be possible without the creative team putting the play together. These people are Mrs. Joyce Guevara, who is the director and lighting director, Julia Sotomayor, the scriptwriter, assistant director, and the scenic designer, Mrs. Tara Franquez, our musical director, Mr. Cesar Mendina, the choreographer, Mrs. Micaela Rivera, stage and lapel mic manager, Mrs. Mariel Tesoro, stage and costume manager, Ms. Gavina De Castro, set, props, and prop poster designer, Mr. Michael Gaite, assistant and class choreographer, Mr. Romeo Campo, set construction, Mr. Vanapuya, sound and technical director, and of course, our beloved Sister Maria Rosario.
I honestly can't wait for more plays to come. I'm sure all of us are excited to have our play productions coming back after 3 years of not having them.
I agree. The audience of the families and special guests were definitely the most excited. Did you hear the loud cheering, Mika?
Oh yes, I did. It made me more confident and excited to perform.
I bet the future play productions will be as or probably be better and better in the upcoming years. I encourage more students to be part of the future plays, and it's an experience you'll never forget.
This concludes this week's broadcast. Once again, welcome back, Spartans, from your break. I'm Mika Borja.
I'm Chrisalyn Almonte. Thank you for watching this week's broadcast, and be sure to tune into the next broadcast
with K22SR.